Raj,
It's always a
Raj
compliment.
Dasgupta is with KentuckyWaterfall.com. Raj is the CEO of Electrovaya, NASDAQ symbol ELVA. Of course, you can go to electrovaya.com. He's been on with us a few times. I love this guy because they're making, I love talking about EV, but I love talking about commercial sort of application as well as the fact that we did not have an infrastructure in for any of the EV stuff at this point. And it seems like Raj might be at the right place at the right time. Raj, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man.
Great to be back, Sully.
Can you talk to us about, if I looked at 10 of your press releases yesterday, and you are growing so quickly, but you never talk about how quickly you're growing because I think you're too busy to even think about it. Talk about the arc of your story because it's gone pretty quick over the last 18 months.
Oh yeah, it's moving quickly. So, the fundamental story is Electrovaya has this very cool lithium-ion battery technology, which enables much longer cycle life, much better safety. We started commercializing this product really in earnest just a few years ago. And now the uptake of it, especially in the material handling sector, is starting to rocket up. So that's primarily why you see the revenue growth. If you look at just fiscal 22 to 23, we did 170% growth. We're growing quickly again this fiscal year. And then in the coming years, we're looking to apply this technology to other sectors where we see it providing a significant benefit.
Hey, Raj, I wanted to ask you, I'm looking at your website. You've got a lot of significant stats on here. One that stuck out to me is the greater than 3 million miles potential battery life. That seems to be a huge number. So talk about that, because that's an important factor in this.
Yeah, that's really the crust of the technology, is the fact that we can provide that huge lifespan for electrified vehicles. And that's putting it, if you put our batteries into a passenger EV, you do over 3 million miles in that car before the battery's reached its end of life.
That's like here to LA 6 times, man. I mean, that's
Yeah.
3 million. Somebody in the control room, can you look at what does 3 million miles equate to? I mean, how many miles is that to the moon and back 6 times? I mean, honestly, this is a disruptor, Raj. And my point is, are there black helicopters outside your office? Because honestly, I mean, like there's planned obsolescence in the battery world. I mean, let's face it, you're not the same business. Duracell could make a battery that lasts for 50 years. Yep. They wouldn't do it. Yep. So talk about that. I mean, that's got to be something you have to feather into your business plan, because at some point, you buy one, you don't need to buy everyone ever again. Let's go. Talk about the sort of tiebreaker that you just discussed, because that seems to me it's pretty significant.
Well, there are, when you look at the electrification, right? Electrifying a car is one thing. You can use a standard lithium-ion battery technology. It'll give you enough, 10-year life in those things, in those applications. But if you're looking at, let's say you want to electrify all the vehicles in warehouses, or you want to electrify a mining vehicles, for instance, they can't electrify them because the batteries aren't good enough today. Let's say you do electrify it, you're going to have to chuck that battery out after 2 years, and then the economics just don't work. That's where our technology fits perfectly. Hey, it's an application which needs to work 22 hours a day. It's going to do huge duty cycles on that battery, but only Electrovaya's battery technology can stand up to that kind of heavy use.
Hey, Mike, speaking of chucking batteries, weren't you in the stands at that Buffalo game?
Yes, I was.
Back in '86.
Very displeased.
When they were chucking batteries at Chris Collinsworth, Cincinnati.
Raj, as far as infrastructure is concerned, how far are we behind? I know we have all these dreams of we're going to electrify the whole world, but the infrastructure is not there yet.
But that's coming? A huge thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how much does a Tesla weigh? I mean, what, 8,000 pounds?
8,000, 8,000 pounds.
Yeah, okay, so look, so let's say you're driving a Tesla, you had a cup of coffee and a bran muffin, you're stuck on the frickin' Golden Gate Bridge all day. There's 100, I mean, does the Golden Gate Bridge, I mean, you saw the bridge collapse recently, right?
Yep, right.
Which is all kinds of conspiracy, but nonetheless, I remember from California, where we broadcast from, there is one artery that goes to Arizona, and there's several bridges, overpasses, just regular overpasses, that collapsed in the last 5 years, thus closing down the artery from California to Arizona because the infrastructure is not there. When you bring that up, I don't mean to interrupt your question, but that's a big deal, though. The infrastructure, I think, is everything.
Well, that and Raj, charging stations and being able to just charge these if you don't have a a setup at home. Are we
Well,
catching up?
we're sort of outside of that. So that's for cars. Yes, infrastructure has a ways to catch up. What we're electrifying though are things are devices or vehicles in controlled spaces, right?
Okay.
So if you look at warehouses, it's just a matter of putting.
But Raj, to Mike's point though, even though it's controlled spaces, there's got to be a crucial sort of limit there where you're just about to complete your task and the battery dies. I mean, how do you guys sort of prepare for that? Or is it just because we got 3 million, gigacycles or something, and we're just last longer than everybody else?
That's a great question, Sully. So what we did is we designed the battery to be somewhat idiot-proof. So we took in the assumption that the operator in the warehouse or the bus driver may forget to charge it on time. So what we enabled is extreme fast charging. So these units will replace approximately 8 hours of use in a 20-minute charge.
Wow.
You can slam in
Can I get one of those
electronic.
for my phone? I mean, look, as intelligent as we are and articulate,
I get one for my life.
How many times?
For me.
How many times my phone goes out all the time? It's like, and I'm diligent about it.
Yeah.
But oopsie, flying a plane for Delta. Oops. Raj, where does this go in terms of your company, but also in terms of adoptability in the U.S.? Because it certainly seems that even though you can argue one way or the other against this carbon footprint or carbon neutral by 2028 or 2035 or whatever, it seems like this could be the answer. Could it really be the answer though? Or are we pre-peak? I sort of compare it to digital currency, blockchain. Like they're all ready to go. We're not ready for it yet, right? Are we ready for this? Is the adoptability and the market, I guess, political will going to lead the way so we can actually have an electrified world, or are we another 20 years away from it?
So, we're not looking at the policy. Our objective is to make money, build batteries.
Love this guy.
Yep.
And with regards to the GHG impacts that we have, we're tremendous. Like, let's say you electrify a car, that car's spending 23 hours a day parked. So it's not doing anything most of the time. We're electrifying vehicles, whether that's forklifts, big trucks, et cetera, which are on the road or are doing things 22 hours.
Mike's Pizza Cart.
A huge impact.
When you say that, I love that. Would a mandate help a company like yours? Let's say there was a political mandate that says all things have to be battery operated at some point. Does that help you or does it matter?
Doesn't matter to us. We're electrifying products which are providing the buyers a return on investment. That's primarily why they're taking our technology.
Do you realize what he's saying? Is his
environmental
responsibility?
benefits are just a cherry on top.
The CEO serves at the pleasure of the board of directors, who serves at the pleasure of whom?
Shareholders.
And what do the shareholders want?
Profit.
Money.
Raj Dasgupta for president. Buddy, thank you, man. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Raj Dasgupta, Electrovaya, ELVA.